Baghdad, the year 922. A man stands before a crowd of thousands. His hands are bound. The executioner's whip is already wet. He does not beg. He does not deny what he said. Moments earlier, they ask him one final time, recant, take it back, say you never meant it. He looks up. Al-Haqq. I am the truth. His name was Hussein ibn Mansur. History would remember him by his father's trade, al Hallaj, the cotton carder. The man who combs raw fiber until it is fit to be spun into thread. It is, in hindsight, an almost unbearably fitting name. Because this man would spend his life combing through the raw, tangled fiber of the human soul, separating what was false from what was real, until almost nothing of himself was left at all. He was born around 858 CE in the Persian province of Fars to a family only recently converted to Islam. His grandfather, it said, had still been Zoroastrian. By the time Hallaj was a boy, the family had moved into the Arab world, settling near Wazid in Iraq, in the very heartland of the Abbasid Caliphate. He memorized the Quran before he was a teenager. But memorizing words was never going to be enough for a mind like his. He wanted to know what was behind them. So at 16, he did what serious seekers did in that era. He apprenticed himself to a Sufi master. He studied under Saul al-Tustari in Tustar. He sat with the great mystic Junaid of Baghdad, a teacher so cautious, so disciplined, that he believed the deepest truths of the mystical path should never be spoken in public. Hallaj would not agree with him for long. He made the pilgrimage to Mecca, not once, but multiple times, including a full year spent in austere retreat near the Kaaba, eating almost nothing, speaking almost nothing. Then he did something almost no Sufi of his era dared to do. He traveled far, by some accounts as far as India and Central Asia, preaching to crowds far outside the small, secretive circles of trained mystics, laborers, merchants, ordinary people who had never been initiated into the inner language of Sufism. This was the line he crossed that his own teachers would not forgive. In the Sufi tradition of his time, certain experiences of union with God were considered real, but dangerous to say out loud. Spoken to the wrong ears, at the wrong moment, mystical language about becoming one with God could be, and was, heard as a man calling himself divine. Junaid himself reportedly warned him, some secrets are not meant for the marketplace. Hallaj preached in the marketplace anyway. And then came the words that would outlive empires. Al-Haqq. I am the truth, and in Islamic theology, al-Haqq, the truth, is not just a word. It is one of the 99 names of God himself. To his accusers, this was simple, naked blasphemy, a man claiming to be God. But to his defenders, then and for the 11 centuries since, it meant something else entirely. Not a man inflating himself to the size of God. A man who had emptied himself so completely, annihilated his own ego so totally, what Sufis call fana, that nothing remained to speak except God's presence moving through him. As later interpreters would put it, he wasn't saying, I am God. He was saying, there is no longer an I here for God to be absent from. It's the difference between a window claiming to be the sun and a window so clean that you forget, for a moment, that the window is even there. His critics didn't see a clean window. They saw a man dangerously, dramatically out of his depth, in a city where saying the wrong thing about God could get you killed. They were right to worry. It would. Hallaj settled in Baghdad, the glittering, volatile capital of the Abbasid Caliphate. It was a city of brilliant scholarship and brutal politics in equal measure, ruled in his later years by the boy Caliph al-Muqtadir, whose court was a constant battlefield of rival viziers, sects, and informants. Hallaj didn't just preach mysticism here. He preached against corruption, against the tax abuses and political rot he saw eating away at the caliphate. He moved through both Sunni and Shi'a circles. Some accused him of sympathizing with revolutionary movements. Others said he claimed miraculous powers. The charges piled up, contradictory and politically convenient all at once. In 9/11, he was arrested. What followed was not a quick trial. It was 9 years in prison, 9 years of interrogation, shifting fortunes, moments where powerful allies at court protected him, and moments where his enemies gained the upper hand. 9 years is a long time to recant. He never did. On March 26, 922 CE, the sentence was finally carried out, publicly, deliberately, as a message. Accounts, some historical, many embellished by later devotional legend, describe a brutal sequence: flogged, mutilated, hung on a gibbet, and finally beheaded, his body burned and the ashes scattered into the Tigris. What is documented is this: he did not recant. A man who had 9 years to simply say, I take it back, and chose, every time, not to. They burned his body. They could not burn the question he left behind. For 1,000 years, poets, mystics, and philosophers, Rumi among them, have returned to Hallaj not to settle whether he was heretic or saint, but to sit inside the question itself. Where does the self end and God begin? Most of his contemporaries thought he'd gone too far. Even many Sufis, who believed in everything he claimed to have experienced, thought he was reckless to say it aloud. And maybe that's the real teaching buried under the legend. Not just what he said, but what it cost to say it. That somewhere between silence and certainty, a man chose the truth he had touched over the life it would cost him. 11 centuries later, the words are still here. On al-Haqq. Make of them what you will.